Okay, Chargers, let's get back on track. This week, week 16, here we go. Big divisional matchup against the Denver Broncos. The LA Chargers play host to Denver this Thursday night after being the first football game flexed to Thursday. I hope the NFL does something for those fans, making those special arrangements to get down there. That's a big jump, Sunday to Thursday. Anyway, big playoff implications with this game. The Denver Broncos are one game ahead of us right now. It's okay, we're not going after the AFC West crown, but a win here with some help could bring the LA Chargers to the playoffs after a year hiatus. Let's get to it. Welcome back to another episode of the BuiBros Football Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Quinn Bowie, and I, of course, cheer for the LA Chargers. Across from me, my brother, Brandon.
And I cheer for your Minnesota Vikings. Woo! On this episode, Week 16, like you said,
16.
against the Broncos. Let's dive deep, okay? Let's see how Bo Nix has been doing. Is he going to roll through just like Baker did? What's going on with that defense?
Man, there's some things I just wish you would just take a second and maybe think about your words and how they'll affect some people. No, he's not going to roll through like Baker Mayfield. Let's look at Bo Nix last week. Yeah, 3 touchdowns, sure, but 130 passing yards, 3 interceptions. Okay, he's still a rookie.
Was he?
He's still...
Oh, yeah. I remember that. We were watching and I was like, that's his third pick.
Third pick, yeah.
He only had 130 yards?
130 yards. Yeah, so he's 20 of 33 for 130 yards. 20 completions for 133.
Dude.
130 yards, excuse me.
Oh, that's bad.
But, the defense absolutely came away with the victory there. The Colts, just so many miscues. There was that pick 6 off the crazy trick play. The Colts, it was pass over and then pass way back across the field, and it was easy. Boom. Pick 6 to the house. And anyway, Broncos, yes, they're dangerous. Sean Payton has got this unit back on track after last year's debacle with Russell Wilson. We beat them in the first matchup in Denver weeks ago. So Jim Harbaugh knows Sean Payton. He knows how to work that unit, and I really hope he gets this team ready to play again. He knows what's at stake. Like I mentioned earlier, playoff implications. So we beat the Broncos this week. They're already in good position to ultimately be in the playoffs. All they need is one more win, and they're in.
Right.
Just because the bubble teams do not have an option or an opportunity to get to 10 wins. So this is also huge for the Broncos, and I know that they're playing for their playoff lives. But the LA Chargers, one of the worst defeats in Jim Harbaugh's NFL careers. He let up over 500 yards of offense, which I think was top 3 in offensive output against a Jim Harbaugh-led team. The number 1 scoring defense did not look like it last week. Our offense... Herbert getting bashed up again, a run game not being there. Maybe Kamani Vidal takes another step forward in this game. But our wide receivers, they need to also step up as well. Stone Smart in that tight end room. Next man up mentality. I believe it. I believe Harbaugh is going to be able to coach these guys up, even on a short week, to get them back on track. We win. Miami loses. Colts lose. We're in the playoffs. Huge implications this week. Unfortunate that we do have a short week, but Thursday, hey, we're right there. I'm going to be able to answer this playoff debacle pretty quickly. Is it going to happen this week? Potentially.
That'd be pretty
Or
sweet.
maybe not. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
It'd be weird because if those two teams lose, you guys win, that would be the playoff picture set then at the end of week 16, right? Which is strange.
Well, I'm not quite sure about that because, what if... So if the Bengals win...
Yeah, but...
I understand, but the Broncos and maybe their AFC record or their divisional record, something plays into it for their tiebreakers. So maybe there's a slight chance for them if they lose out potentially. let's say.
Okay. Okay.
But I think that would only be if the Bengals win. That would mathematically be like
Okay. So the
crazy
Bengals. Yeah. Okay.
tiebreakers,
All right.
maybe in that such. But from what I saw, that can't happen um, for the Chargers because we beat the Bengals
Right.
in that head-to-head
Okay.
head-to-head matchup. So that's why. That's why.
So, um, another thing that can't happen. You're talking about things that can't happen. The Chargers offense can't keep going the way that it's going, Quinn. I saw a stat.
So
Okay.
let me just say, true words have never been spoken by you. Continue.
They gotta do something. So here is Kellen Moore last season. 4 games with Easton Stick at quarterback.
Yeah.
The
Finish up.
Chargers had an offensive success rate of 39.9%. Now, I don't know what goes into that stat, but comparing it to the last 4 games of Greg Roman with Justin Herbert, it's at a 39.3%. So just barely less efficient than Kellen Moore, or less successful than Kellen Moore was with 4 games of Easton Stick. And now, Easton Stick, isn't great. So
No, 100%.
that's not good. It's a trend over just 4 games, but it's the last 4 games, and they needed like that. If that was at the beginning of the season and they switched it around, that's one thing, but that's current. That's the current state of the offense,
Yeah.
and it's pretty dire.
I hear you, and I want to be realistic about this, and so by no means is this an excuse. I'll play devil's advocate a little bit, where Easton Stick had Keenan,
Yeah.
not for that whole time. I think Keenan actually got shut down too. Mike is there as well. Like Eckler. Like our offense had way more.
Mike was hurt though, no? Mike got hurt early last year, didn't he?
Mike got hurt early last year, but he did come back.
Oh, did he? Oh, I thought he tore his ripped up his knee or something. End of the season.
Back, and then he got hurt again.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, but either way, I understand your point. There's more weapons.
Right. So, and our weapons need to step up. They do. DJ Chark got in the game a little bit last week. Jeez Louise. Maybe Laviska Shenault will do something this week. Another week in the system and learning it. It seems like the Chargers are trying to find anybody to answer the call. But no good running game. Giro, Greg Roman. Imagine Justin Herbert with a great running game. Please bring that to life. We need it, especially with Justin's ankle in the shape that it is. There's too much pressure on him right now. This is tough. But it is doable. I think the Chargers have a shot this week. Absolutely. Divisional matchup in LA. Thursday night football. Brandon, let's get into predictions a little bit. Oh, I want to give the Chargers offense some hope, some light in this. Maybe there will be more points because Bo Nix, 3 interceptions. Come on. We knew it worked on you last game. We can do that again this game. So maybe we get one of those lucky touchdowns off a turnover that helps bump us up. So I'm going to go, this is a 24-17.
Okay.
Very common score in today's NFL. 24-17. Chargers win. Give the Chargers a chance to clinch the playoffs this week. There we have it.
Okay. Okay. So you guys already beat Denver one time in Denver this season.
Yes.
And you guys do have a great defense. Yes, struggled this last week, but yeah.
They're going to be hungry.
Okay.
They're going to be hungry to prove it was just an anomaly.
Okay, here's the prediction. I like your 24-17. I think I like that. So I'm going to stick 24-17 for the Broncos to win, Quinn. You split the division. That's what happens this season for the Chargers. You're splitting the division, or you're splitting the games with the Broncos. Now, I don't want this. I'm trying to get a win here. I was really close, I think, last week with my Vikings pick. but I have to be real. I'm trying to get a perfect
Brandon, we
score
literally
here.
talked about this at the beginning of the episode, saying you need to watch your words and understand how
I
they
just think
affect people around you. I was there with you. I just said double down for you to shoot me down. I'm done.
this is
I'm
what's
done.
gonna happen.
It's not what it's not.
The
Thursday night,
defense
you'll
is
see
great.
24-17 Chargers. Let's go, baby.
The defense is
Bolts
great.
up, baby. Bolt, you let us know in the comments how ridiculous that 12-2 off his high horse BS over there, Minnesota
Hey, dude,
Vikings.
I know what it looks like
garbage.
to have a winning team. I know what it takes to win. Look at my Vikes, man.
Enough. I'm over it. Who's right? Who's wrong? Let us know in the chat. Appreciate all of you. Thank you again for joining us. If you are a Chargers fan, maybe if you're a Vikings fan, but just a fan of the NFL in general, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and hitting that notification bell. Really does help us out. All right, send us off, Brandon. Done.
Skol Bolts, everybody. Skol Bolts.
Skol Bolts. Thursday night football. Here we go.